Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point. And we are here to talk about the Queen's Court. Actually went to court. I just finished watching a video by Michelle Brown, from Straight from the A, and I'll post the link below because I'm not going to get all into what went down. But basically, from my understanding, T.S. Madison took Khia and Michelle to court, to do her own gag order. But the judge basically told them all that they were being very childish and immature, and that if they end up back in his court, that they're going to get 20 days in jail or something like that. But basically, T.S. Madison had all these documents and everything, where people, she's upset with Michelle for covering the story, but it's a whole bunch of YouTubers and bloggers that have been covering the story, but for whatever reason, she decided to single out Michelle, which I don't understand unless they have some behind the scenes beef. And then of course, she wants Khia to stop talking about her, and Khia says basically, she told the judge, I want to stop talking about her, so I'm willing to stop talking about her, and and let the whole beef die. And then she pointed out to the judge that she blocked T.S. Madison right after the whole Monique situation, yet T.S. Madison is in court talking about everything that she's done since then. So that was a clear case that, she's been stalking her or stalking her pages. And then they got into, the whole thing about how all of Khia's pages are being flagged and shut down. And, T.S. Madison basically was saying it wasn't her. She had nothing to do with it. But of course, we know that there's 99.9% chance that her fans were doing it to support her. And so Khia says that, the gag order live at the Ivy or the Ivory tonight, it is in full effect. And she started a new YouTube page so that she can stream live from the Ivy. And it's Khia Gag Order Live, I think it is, or Khia Gag Order. And so they were just basically joking around and talking about everything that happened. And that it was a very exhausting experience. Anytime somebody takes you to court, and it reminds me of my neighbor across the street. I had to go to court for her one time, and basically somebody was spying on her. And so I'm watching the person like, what are you doing? And then I went to tell my neighbor, there's a lady out here in this white Toyota or Mazda or whatever it was. So when I got out there, I thought the lady had left, but she had actually moved further down the street. So, I rang the doorbell. So my neighbor finally came to the door, and, I explained to her what was going on. And she was like, oh my God, I think I know who it is. And now this is somebody who has lived across the street from me for about 9 to 10 years. And we had never spoke, before this, because she was very standoffish, keep to herself and everything. And so probably about 2 weeks later, she came to my house. She's boohoo crying, and she's talking about how the lady was trying to have a restraining order put against her. And so now she has to go to court, and she wanted to know if I would come and testify as to what I saw, the day the lady was snooping around her house, looking through the windows and everything. And I had never been to court for a restraining order. And so when I got into that courthouse, basically, when you're trying to get a restraining order, it's not like you and the judge and that's it and the lawyers. It basically was like a traffic court session where you get up there and everybody gets to hear the story, the testimony behind the stalking and the danger and the fighting and everything. And I was like, oh my God, this is so humiliating and embarrassing. And so when they were finally called up there, and oh my God, I wish I could remember, because there was the people probably aren't well known, to the world, but they're very well known here in the Pinellas County, Tampa Bay area. And they were in there, and they own like a car dealership or something, but they were like very popular in the area, and they were basically in there suing each other. I think the son was suing the father, trying to put a restraining order against the father because the father didn't like his wife, and it was just like a whole mess. I could have sat in that room all day long, taking notes for some ideas to write some future books because it was so crazy. So I was wondering with them. Oh, let me finish telling you about my neighbor. So basically the lady gets to talk about what was going on, and then the judge like basically just shut her down and told her that this was not the place for whatever she was trying to do. And so I didn't have to go up there and testify. And I think it's so funny that my neighbor has never spoken to me again since then. It was probably like 3 years ago. And I just think it's the weirdest thing. But moving right along back to what I came on this video to talk about. But they were basically saying that they had been there all day. It was very exhausting. Just the information that T.S. Madison was bringing in, it was just very childish and silly, which the whole situation, I think, has just really gotten out of hand. And the fact that you're involving the courts make it even worse. And then T.S. Madison, I guess, wanted the judge to order Michelle to refer to him as a her. And Michelle basically refused to do it. Now, granted, all of this is just their side of what went on. And like I said, I'll put the link below so you can watch the full video. But, T.S. Madison isn't saying anything on her page. And so, of course, her fan base is riled up and upset, about it, that it even came to any of this. And they're kind of saying that we don't know what really happened because nobody was in the courthouse, and we're just getting Michelle and Khia and Josh's side of the story. But it sounded like it was a pretty, I don't know, like it might have been a Queen's Court episode up in that courtroom. And, the judge just basically told them they were acting like children. And, it's ridiculous. And don't come back in his courtroom with this nonsense or somebody going to jail. So, guys, I just wanted to pop on and share that. And, I'll be watching both Gag Order and the Queen's Court tonight. Not sure if I'm going to recap it because they pretty much just talk about the same stuff that's in the blogs that I've seen on the Wendy Williams show, that I've seen, on the different blogs that I follow or that pop up on, my social media pages. So, don't know, if something good happens or, something unique or different, I'll do a recap of it. But if it's just the same old, I may come back if they touch on what happened in court today or not. I'm not sure, just going to play it by ear. But I did want to tell you guys that this thing then got out of hand, and they actually did end up in a real court of law. And you can check it out yourself and see what you think about it. So that's it for me. Check out the video, leave your comments, let me know what you thought. Rate the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I should talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.